A high-speed chase and a call for help stops a potentially dangerous situation. And we look back at the life of Toledo mayoral candidate Opal Covey.
And still several more hours of slushy March snowfall. I'll preview the impacts to your Friday night and a sunnier weekend forecast coming up. Kaylee?
Thanks for joining us on WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Kaylee Maritet. Let's take a look at your top stories for this Friday night. A Lucas County deputy went the extra mile to save a life during a high-speed chase that lasted more than 10 minutes yesterday. Silver Barker has the story.
Hey, this is Deputy Edie. Can you pull over so I can talk to you? I just want to make sure that you're okay.
It was a phone call that lasted for just under 2 minutes.
Put your hands up. Is your phone on speaker so you can still hear me?
Yeah.
What kind of weapon do you have in the car?
A knife.
But it was enough to make a difference before anyone got hurt. The chase started on Waterville-Swanton Road after a call from a mother came in about her 20-year-old daughter fleeing in a car, wanting to harm herself. When a deputy arrived to the house, the driver was then seen passing by. And that's when Deputy Sal Edie quickly followed.
Can you pull over? So I just want to make sure that you're safe. And we can talk a little bit.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared? There's nothing, you didn't do anything wrong, right? Listen, right there, slow down, slow down, slow down. She's gonna pull over. She's gonna pull over.
It wasn't the multiple cars following behind her. It wasn't the attempts of stop sticks in the road. It was Deputy Edie's decision to make a phone call.
At that point, she's scared. She has multiple police vehicles behind her. She's doing something she's never done before, right? So I wanted to reassure her that everything's going to be okay, that nobody was upset with her, and that she needed to pull over so we can help her.
And after that reassurance, she listened to him, pulling over near Airport Highway.
At that point, when she was off the road, I wanted to make it as comfortable for her as possible so we can talk to her, get her the help that she needed, put her in a car, and everything worked out for the best.
Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it, okay? Step out of the vehicle for me real quick, okay?
After stopping, the driver was admitted for psychological evaluation. Reporting in Toledo, Silver Barker, WTOL 11.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is calling on the federal government to do more to combat bird flu. According to the USDA, Ohio is currently leading the nation in the number of birds affected. Governor DeWine says 15.5 million birds in the state have been killed.
We have other, obviously, bigger ramifications in regard to bird flu. So the federal government is going to have to become much more active in regard to the research.
Those ramifications include the increasing price of eggs. Right now, the average price for a dozen eggs in Ohio is $4.95. Another bill is being considered by Ohio lawmakers that would change marijuana laws in the state. House Bill 160 would not change the current home grow and tax rates Ohioans voted for in 2023, but it would redirect collected taxes. It would also require any product with more than 0.3 THC to be sold at a dispensary. Right now, those products can be found at smoke shops and gas stations. The bill also provides an expedited pathway to expunge prior marijuana convictions. Spring planting season gets closer day by day on the eve of a new crop year for farmers. Many gathered in Archbold today for a conference with their Farm Bureau and area legislatures. The ag community from Defiance, Fulton, Henry, and Wood counties were on hand, hearing about the political changes they'll have this year. The H2 Ohio program started in 2019 as Governor DeWine developed better ways for farmers to plant, fertilize, and manage their crops. Even as DeWine's term runs out, H2 Ohio is here to stay.
Most farmers are, in fact, I think all farmers, when nutrients roll off their field, that's cash rolling out of their bank account as well. And so they don't want to see the erosion and the nutrients rolling off that creates some of these issues any more than anybody else does. It's just a matter of trying to figure out what best practices are, putting money into the research and making sure that research makes its way into the fields.
H2 Ohio has a $270 million budget for this year. Hundreds of first responders from Ohio and Michigan will be in the area over the weekend. They'll be taking part in the Northwestern Ohio Volunteer Firemen's Association annual Regional Fire School. It's happening at Penta Career Center. There, they can take classes on things like medical and agricultural emergencies, as well as illegal drug interventions. March is Women's History Month. It's an annual observance that highlights women's contributions to history and celebrates their social, economic, cultural, and political achievements. Women of Toledo is joining up with the Toledo School of the Arts to highlight what they're doing during the month to honor women. Starting now until March 20th, they are having a display, glass ceilings, breaking barriers, and building future, with an auction that will help TSA.
It's part of our Girls Hub program, and what we like to do is showcase in this exhibit the powerful women of Toledo who have been trailblazers throughout the decades. It's all about telling the story. I mean, we as women have got to continue the legacy and show who has helped us along the way.
The auction is March 20th. To learn more about women's history, you can go to our website. It's that time of year again when the clocks spring ahead and that alarm comes an hour earlier. CBS News has a look at why some health experts want the change to stop.
Clocks move forward this Sunday for daylight saving time, and just like clockwork, the debate over seasonal time changes springs into action.
Do you usually kind of look forward to when we have to spring forward?
I honestly have to Google every time whether it's the one that I lose sleep on or gain sleep on, so I'm not sure if I should dread this one.
Why bother doing it? Like, does it really help anything? Does it really save us any daylight? Like, I don't see the need for it anymore.
Research has shown the ritual of changing the clocks in spring and fall can impact productivity and our mental and physical health.
Honestly, even sleeping in an hour, I get groggy, and then losing the hour, I just get evil.
It's why the American Academy of Sleep Medicine wants to eliminate seasonal time changes.
It's harder to go to bed when it's light out, so that can make it harder to fall asleep, but yet our responsibilities are the same in terms of waking up for school, waking up for work.
Dr. Anita Shelgakar is president of the Academy, which recommends moving to year-round permanent standard time.
In permanent standard time, our internal body clock is best aligned with the sun and external light from the sun. It's what's best for our overall health and well-being.
Before taking office, President Trump posted his support for ending daylight saving time, saying it is inconvenient and very costly to our nation.
Personally, I think one and done. I think the adjustment, it's definitely worse when you're losing your time.
To help adjust, Dr. Shelgakar says expose yourself to bright light right away in the morning, maintain a consistent sleep and wake schedule, and minimize caffeine later in the day. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And wet snow is expected to impact those evening plans with a slushy accumulation that will be possible as we check out that weather forecast for your Friday evening. I do expect most of the snow to just be on grassy and elevated surfaces with major roadways that are expected to be wet with temperatures above freezing. Doppler radar still lit up with blue, especially areas south of the Maumee River. That is where the snow is still steady at this point in time, especially southeast. Areas like Sandusky and Seneca counties over towards Erie and Huron counties continue to see that snow that could accumulate. Also, visibility has dropped down to about 3/4 of a mile in Toledo and Wauseon, and due to the ongoing snow showers, visibility may be a little lower than usual. So make sure those headlights and wipers are turned on and allow extra space on the roadways. In terms of temperatures, near the freezing mark are those air temperatures, but road surfaces are far warmer than freezing, and that is resulting in melting snow on impact. Snow is going to be ending after 9 p.m. You can already notice west of Toledo in parts of northern Indiana and far southeast Michigan, we're starting to see those snow showers lighten on up. So the hour-by-hour forecast, by 9 to 10 o'clock p.m., snow is going to be racing to the east of I-75, and behind this system, we're actually expecting the clouds to clear on out very quickly. Advancing the clock into your Saturday morning, it is going to be turning sunny rapidly, although I do expect a chilly start to the day. High temperatures will be around 40 degrees with mainly sunny skies. Look at these temperatures starting off the day Today in the mid to upper 20s, so make sure to have that heavy winter coat and the hat and gloves. By the afternoon, we start to see some moderation of the temperatures as we climb back to around 40 degrees. If that's not warm enough for you, Sunday really kicks off a spring warm up as temperatures climb to the 50s for the tail end of the weekend. More sunshine after a chilly morning, 40 and brighter. Northwest winds will be a little bit cool at times, ranging from 5 to 15 miles an hour. The next 4 days bring on some spring feeling conditions. By Sunday, we're going to be sunny and milder at 51 degrees, and a pair of 60-degree days are expected for both Monday and Tuesday. Winds are going to be pretty calm on Monday. However, by Tuesday, I am expecting the breeze to be back with a southerly wind that is going to pick on up. Overall, the long-range weather outlook is looking milder towards the middle of March, and that means lots of days in the 50s and even several days that will be in the 60s. Now, even though most of the forecast is going to be mild, we could briefly cool down midweek with the influence of a lake breeze on those temperatures. Looking at your 10-day forecast, I do expect a chilly start to the weekend. Sunday, we officially enter daylight saving time and spring forward an hour, and that means the sunset time at 7:34 p.m. Temperatures in the 60s both Monday and Tuesday as well, and that lake breeze is likely to bring northeast winds and cooler temperatures through the middle of the week. So that means that if you live near the lake shore or even north of Toledo, temperature is going to be cooler. Right now I have low 50s for the metro, but things have trended a little bit colder, and it could potentially be even in the 40s in areas near the lake shore. The 10-day does warm us back up to the 60s with rain chances returning, but a cooler St. Patrick's Day ahead. Kaylee?
Well, she was a self-proclaimed prophetess, a 6-time Toledo mayoral candidate, and an unforgettable figure in local politics. Opal Covey made headlines for her bold claims, her fiery speeches, and even a unique campaign van. Now the Lucas County coroner confirms she has died. Tonight, we take a look back at her life.
At 84 years old, Opal Covey was Toledo famous. Most people know her as a woman with an eccentric personality and a drive to lead her city.
We don't need outsiders to do it. We do it with our own hands.
Covey's mayoral candidacy announcement in 2005 included her belief that she was chosen by God. And in 2009, she campaigned against then-Mayor Carty Finkbeiner.
He has done more destruction to the city, and this is what I want to do, is clean up what he has done. You know, he has given us, not a good name.
Covey came to Toledo by way of the Dayton area, where she graduated high school before moving to Northwest Ohio in 1977. She owned and operated Opal's Country Store and Thrift Shop.
Sometimes we don't have enough help and we get a little bit behind on our cleaning.
It gained attention in 1997 when the Toledo Humane Society seized approximately 450 animals from the location.
Now you've really done a good one to me and we're going to fight you. What's wrong with my animals in the pen?
Covey would be convicted on multiple counts of animal cruelty.
Mama's baby.
But her conviction to her cause never wavered. Despite never securing more than 550 votes in any election, she ran multiple times. And multiple times she attributed her losses to alleged electoral fraud, maintaining all the while she was sent by God.
We are sitting here on a gold mine, and we have been sitting here since the beginning of time. It's always been God's destiny to develop Toledo into a vacation city, and that is supposed to be, for our profit, for our revenue. But it has never been cultivated, and like I said, it has to be cultivated.
And she had nothing but the best intentions for Toledo and its people.
It took me about 7 years to keep reporting a house that was across my street to finally get it tore down. Now that's terrible. That we need a quicker response.
Covey's persistent efforts to lead Toledo, combined with her unique persona, made her memorable.
First thing I'm going to do is install an amusement park where Promenade is, and which I had a vision of that, of course.
Her unwavering belief in her divine mission and her colorful campaigns ensured she remained in the public eye for decades. Amanda